Welcome back to the Football Today podcast, brought to you by Betfair, who are on your side this EPL season. I'm your host, Liam McAllion, also known as the Stats Guy. Very pumped. We've got a Chelsea scarf on there. Chelsea on the weekend lost, but still having a good season. I've got Chelsea fan with me, Marcus Bazzano. How you going, Marcus?
Yeah, it was all right. Promising signs from the weekend, but we're on the Bosch cast.
We're on the Bosch cast.
So I'm ready. I'm keen.
I don't mind that. Olivia, social girl Olivia, we were loving that. She says Bosch all the time. We're here for all things English Premier League, heading into EPL Matchweek 9. As we say, I was going to say goodbye to another international break, but that's already happened. Thank God.
Thank God.
I think it's another 3 more weeks or something like that.
Well, I know the Socceroos play on the 14th against Saudi Arabia.
That's right,
so about mid-November.
Are you heading to that game?
Sold out.
I know.
We'll
We'll have to try and get a ticket. Yeah. See if anyone's got some spare one. Maybe hit us up in the comments. All those people that are in the comments, let us know. Today we're going to cover the top football and EPL news, as we always do. The best Betfair back or lay bets for the EPL matches, including expert tips from our man Tony Hargreaves.
T-Dog.
T-Dog, as Marcus likes to call him. Then we're going to finish off with some quick fire tips for every game this weekend. And actually, we're also going to cover Arsenal versus Liverpool. Huge game. Just break that down a little bit more because we want to cover the biggest game of the weekend. We're going to do that every week now.
Big injuries from that game too.
Big injuries, just a lot happening. So we're going to delve a bit deeper into that one and then look at our best Betfair back or lay bets. Before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Football Today podcast, and follow our socials at Football Today AU on TikTok and Instagram, and Football Today Australia on Facebook and Instagram. There we go.
That's it.
Let's start with around the grounds. On the weekend, a lot happened.
Yeah,
the ref was just had his arm up like this the whole weekend. 5 red cards.
Saturday was a wild game. I know one of my mates was versing someone on fantasy, and they had 3 red cards in their team.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was Saliba and a couple others.
There was 5 red cards. I was trying to look at the record. In a day, there was 4. So on the Saturday, there was 4 red cards, which is a record just in a day. But I think there's been more than 5 red cards over a whole weekend. But just a lot happened. That included Arsenal getting a red card, who lost 2-0 to Bournemouth. Alex, big fan of the show, has been on the show before.
He's just complaining.
Man. I was like, oh, do you want to come on today? He's like, nah, I can't do that. I can't do that. Arsenal fans will be tearing their hair out. You can't be losing to Bournemouth when you're supposed to be title contenders.
Yeah.
So...
Look, they were down to 10 men, but Bournemouth were even playing well before they went down to 10.
We're balling, yeah.
So credit to Bournemouth. They've had that in them for a while now, I think, causing that sort of result.
Yep.
And they've done it against Arsenal, who are missing some key players.
Yes. Yeah, so obviously red card to Saliba, so he was missing games. They had no Saka, which was a big out, and then... no
Odegaard.
No Odegaard, so... Definitely losing some players, but in terms of if
you want to battle for the league,
your Manchester City is your Liverpool. I was going to say Aston Villa, and that's the next tier down. You got to use your depth players, and I think they're struggling without Saka.
At the moment, you'd argue Aston Villa have a better bench than Arsenal.
Because you got Duran scoring off the bench, but who else comes off the bench?
You got Duran. You got plenty of wingers in there. You got Tielemans who plays.
Oh, that's a big call. I don't mind that. I have to clip that one up. So you're saying Aston Villa's bench is better than Arsenal. Okay.
Could be.
Yeah. Can they jump them on the table? Or am I going too far there?
Villa?
Yeah. I'm probably going too far there. Just hate of Arsenal is coming out here.
I think so.
Yeah, I'll leave that one for now. Man City, controversial come from behind win against Wolves. 95th minute winner for John Stones, who apparently who was standing in the way? Kyle Walker? Bernardo Silva, that's right. Was standing directly in the way of the Wolves keeper.
I think it's a goal.
Oh, do you think?
Yeah.
I think in a lot of other matches, by the time it was there, I know.
No, but by the time the ball makes contact with John Stone's head,
he's out. He's
not in the way.
Oh, he's ducks though. He's still. I don't know. I reckon I've seen it.
If the ball went to the side that Bernardo Silva was on, so facing the goal, the left hand side of the goal.
Yep.
Then probably ruled out. But the fact that it went straight at him, he sort of didn't interfere with his jump.
Yeah.
Or line of sight of the ball. I think I thought it was.
No, fair enough. I thought it was a bit unlucky because I've seen them not paid before, and I don't like how a player can stand in front of the keeper. I don't think you.
I disagree with that too.
Because the keeper's job. The keeper's not allowed to just grab or just stand in front of everyone. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one for me, and I think that's not fair. But
the game's a game.
Game is the game. Unfortunately, the game is the game. The fact that Wolves got that close, it was 1-1 until the 95th minute. Yeah. And then City won. So Wolves actually played pretty well. Held down strong defensively for once.
They did. They definitely sat back.
They sat back,
After 1-0. And even 1-1, they were still pretty defensive.
I would do the same if I was them. Yeah. So why not?
But they're still straining on 1 point.
I know. They thought they were going to get...
Yeah, I think they are still bottom of the league.
Yeah, they are bottom of the league. They've had a horror start. Really, really tough start to the season. Next one I just put down here. Leicester got on the board with a win. Jamie Vardy, crazy celebration again. He's gone to the Southampton fans because it was at Southampton.
Yep.
Their home ground.
St. Mary's.
St. Mary's, that's right. And he's gone to the sort of active area. Then he's gone to the disabled area. Like, Vardy, come on.
He's just holding the ball and just like pointing and laughing at
There was people laughing at him, so he's just pointing at them. He's taken out corner flags. He's howled while he's played Wolves. Now he's just having a go
against Crystal Palace. He
doesn't discriminate at who he has a go at, I guess, but he needs to calm down a little.
Yeah, look, it's funny, but Jesus Christ, Southampton. They're
so bad.
Are they going to get less points than Derby?
Which is the record, yeah. What was it again?
I think it was
13 or something like that.
Something like that.
I reckon they might. They look so bad because Leicester are only like that next tier above.
Yeah.
And they conceded 3 goals to Leicester.
And they haven't really played anyone like amazing yet.
No.
Either.
Yeah, imagine when...
Like they played Arsenal.
Imagine City or Liverpool or even Arsenal, Chelsea coming up against Southampton. There's going to be a lot of goals.
11 points it was.
11.
Derby.
What are they on right now? 2 or something.
They're on 1.
Oh, 1 still, yeah. Same as Wolves.
1 point.
Jeez, that is really bad. Talking about that, a team that doesn't know how to win, Palace. They keep struggling. They just lost to Notts. Horrible goalkeeping. Cost them a win. Chris Wood scored for Notts.
Yeah, that was a shocking error.
Really bad error. But now they're in the relegation zone. When people had high hopes for Palace, the last 2 seasons, they've ended the season strongly. They've got a good list of team. Their team has ballers, like the guys that can hit the back of the net.
Yeah, they've got
But they've been horrible as a team.
Eze, Mateta.
They got a cool kit.
Yeah, I think it just shows that Elise played a big part in their team.
He's gone over to Bayern.
Especially, on the left, it's just not as potent anymore.
Oh, you got a little friend in your pocket there?
Siri likes to chat. But,
there you go. Just get her on.
Yeah, look, she would say they're equally as shit.
Where's that come from? All right, yeah, fair enough. The Palace are pretty bad, aren't they? Yeah, you've said it yourself. Next one, I wanted to touch on Spurs 4-1 win against West Ham.
Yeah.
And then I looked at this. I was like, I had to look at it a couple times. They've got the most goals in the league right now. Spurs, and they're 7th.
Yeah,
it's classic Ange Bowl. Ange Bowl. You might not get a win, but you're going to have a fun game. That's pretty much Ange's tactic is we're just going to try and score goals. They are,
City have got more at the moment. But
I forgot about
by one,
City by 1, is it? So second most goals. And they're actually not doing too bad. Their actual stats aren't too bad. They just need to get some more consistent wins on the board.
They've only conceded 9 as well. But how about Kudus though? He just thought he was in the MMA. He was like...
Yeah, he got a red card
people in the head and pushing people.
He's crazy. He scored in every away loss they've had this season. Yeah, so he scored. And the only way he scores is in away losses for some reason. So I feel bad for him. They got on the score sheet first as well. Ooh. He's an angry little man though.
He is.
Really good to use on FIFA actually. Or EAFC or whatever it is.
EAFC.
That crap name. Spurs, so Ange will be happy. He was fired up again in the media. Yeah. Did you see that? He was saying about, they asked him, is this are you being Spursy? Like, you do this and you do that. He's like, everyone's Spursy at times, man. There's no such thing as Spursy. I do like his confidence, but they need to get a bit more consistency going at Tottenham.
So. Good win though.
Yes.
Because they've got an easy run of fixtures coming up, so they need to start making sure they get 3 points.
Absolutely. Last one I'm going to touch on, Socceroo, Cam Burgess, Aussie Socceroo, makes his debut for Ipswich. Obviously they didn't get the win, but awesome effort for him.
Played out of his natural position. He played right back.
Oh yeah, yes, that's right.
He played usually centre back. He played
pretty well,
decently well. He was serviceable. He wasn't poor or scored an own goal like he did for the Socceroos against Japan.
Yeah, that's right. That was a bit unlucky.
It's good signs. We love to see Aussies in the Prem.
Oh, absolutely. We absolutely love that. Hopefully, I still have a soft spot for Ipswich, so I'm really hoping they
me too.
Improve a bit because
you can't really hate
they have a
them.
cool kit. They've got a cool fan base. Yeah. They're new, really new. Like Southampton have been up and down. Yeah, a few other teams have been up and down. Leicester's been up and down. Yeah. Whereas Ipswich is sort of that fresh new face. So I'm hoping they go all right. They just got a lot to improve on there. I touched on this before. Let's get to the next segment. Best game of the matchweek. We're going to do this every week from now on. Yep. Where we talk about the biggest game because I feel like we sometimes skip over some of these massive games. This could decide who is pushing for the title.
It could.
According to Tony and the expert tips later as well. So Arsenal versus Liverpool. Arsenal undefeated in the last 4 meetings. That's 2 wins, 2 draws. The Gunners won 3-1 the last meeting at the Emirates. So it's at the Emirates, Arsenal's home ground. And then Liverpool won the 2 before that. So I don't know. I was going to say it's a tough matchup, but Arsenal might have a lot of outs still.
Yeah, still Saka might not be fit. Apparently, according to Fabrizio Romano,
the big man,
Arteta has said that Saka probably not going to be available. Odegaard's not going to be available. Obviously, Saliba with the red card misses with suspension. Calafiori got injured this morning in the Champions League. So, they could be without a few first-team players. And for that reason, I think Liverpool win this. Arsenal, to me, they just haven't looked as potent as they were last season.
No, it hasn't helped with injuries, but again, they're not. I feel like they're relying too much on that right side with Saka for starters at times, or on the wings. And then when they take that sort of player out, they just don't know how to. And then they don't shoot enough, I think. And then their defense still is pretty strong, but not as good as last season so far because they're still conceding at home, which I'll touch on later. So I'm a little bit worried about that. In terms of predictions, who do you reckon is going to be on the score sheet?
On the score sheet?
Yeah, why not?
Luis Diaz loves a goal against Arsenal. Loves a goal against Arsenal, so could go with that. Might actually have a look at Betfair.
Oh, yeah.
How much he is.
No, you can't bet on...
any times.
No, you're on the goal scorers. Well, we'll get on some bets on this match.
But this could be... I feel like this could be an unders match. So maybe check that out on Betfair.
Yep.
But for a goal scorer, I'll go Luis Diaz for Liverpool.
I was literally going to say Luis Diaz. Maybe a bit of Szoboszlai, possibly. But he sort of sets it up.
I can just go safe and go Mo.
Mo Salah and Diaz is pretty safe. And then if Arsenal get on the score sheet, because I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a 2-1 to Liverpool, similar to the Chelsea result on the weekend.
Yep.
Who's going to get on the score sheet for Liverpool? Arsenal. Saka's out.
Martinelli's really the only
Martinelli.
One. He didn't have a great start the season.
Havertz. I hate saying it, but Havertz has been in unbelievable form.
Unbelievable's a stretch. That's
solid form. I still got a soft spot for him, even though he's at Arsenal. I used to like him at Chelsea.
I'll tell you the stat I taught. Well, yes. I'll tell you the stat I told you earlier.
Yeah.
Nicholas Jackson has scored the same amount of goals
as
Kai Havertz did for Chelsea in 48 fewer games, and he has more assists as well.
That is crazy.
And we signed,
and everyone bags Jackson, and everyone's talking up Havertz. Good point.
Just saying,
that's a very good
Cole
point.
Palmer and Nicholas Jackson.
Who would you rather
money for Havertz?
Who would you rather right now, Jackson or Havertz?
Jacko.
Really?
Jacko Ruben. Yeah. I'm doing it. Takes people on.
I don't really want either of them.
I know. Not saying Havertz is terrible, but Havertz he's a good player. But
no, fair enough.
We definitely got the better end of that.
All right. In terms of score predictions, I'm going Liverpool 2-1.
I'll just go 1-0.
1-0?
1-0 Luis Diaz goal.
Nice. Don't mind that. We're going Liverpool. I think if Arsenal had their players in, I'd be back in the draw. Yeah. Or Arsenal win because it's at the Emirates. But Liverpool have a chance to win the league.
They've only conceded 3 goals.
I know. They've had an easy run, but still.
They have, but yeah.
Premier League's highest level.
Still, Arsenal conceded 2 to Leicester. City are conceding goals almost every week.
Yep.
So to concede 3 goals under a new manager.
Don't mind it.
Fair effort.
Very nice. All right. Let's get into the back or lay bets. Thanks to Betfair, the only place to back or lay bet on the EPL this season. We're looking at expert tips to start with. It's, what do you call him?
T-Dog.
T-Dog. Tony Hargreaves. He's an absolute expert. Check out the Betfair Expert Hub on betfair.com.au/BetfairHub. So check that out on the website there. We'll start off with, he's got 3 back tips and a bet to lay as well. So let's have a look. I'll do the first 2 and then you do the next 2.
Sounds good.
He's going to back over 2.5 goals at $1.70 for Aston Villa versus Bournemouth. I think this is one of the absolute locks. $1.70 is still pretty good value there.
Looking at the stats he provides as well.
Yes, he's got a few good stats here. 6 of the last 7 meetings have had over 2.5 goals. So that's a lock there. Bournemouth have lost by 2 or more goals in 6 of their last 9 away matches against the top 6. So they've actually been pretty good this season. But once they play against sort of those top 6 teams, they just concede a few goals. Yeah. So, and then you don't have to worry about the result. I'll get into a bet about the result later, which I think I'm pretty confident on. But in this sort of one, over 2.5 goals, you don't have to worry about the result.
Yeah, I think it will be over 2.5. I just don't think it'll be a Villa whitewash. I think it'll be more like 2-1.
That's what I reckon. Because Bournemouth have been pretty solid.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah. So that's not bad. Next one we're going to touch on from Tony is backing Tottenham at $1.90, just head-to-head for Crystal Palace versus Tottenham. This could be the bet of the weekend. $1.90 for Crystal Palace, who don't have a win on the board.
Struggling.
They have 5 goals in 8 games. That is so bad. And Spurs have won the last 5 meetings. So I'm really, really keen on this one. That's Tony's provider. He was really happy on this one. One that he didn't want to touch. So he's really keen on this one. Then he also said, don't bet on anything in Manchester City versus Southampton, which I didn't mind. In the article, it touches on just staying away from that game. There's no value there at all.
Yeah, no value whatsoever.
Whereas this one provides a bit more value, $1.90, so I don't mind that one.
Yeah, for sure. I like it. And Tottenham scoring goals for fun, so they should get the dub.
They're second, best offense in the comp, so Andrew's absolutely loving it there.
And his final back tip.
Yes.
He's got another head-to-head result. He's backing a draw at $3.40 in Everton versus Fulham.
This is the riskiest one, but I don't mind it.
It is the riskiest one, but I actually in my tip that I was thinking of when I was looking at the matches and the odds, I was thinking of laying Fulham
Okay.
So that means Everton win or a draw. I'm not sure what
So
that
you get the
price
draw
is off the
here,
top of my head.
bit more value, yeah.
But you get the draw here. And Everton have improved a lot, and they've definitely looked a little bit more settled. They won 2 of their last 3.
Yep.
6 of the last 8 Everton first halves and 7 of the last 11 Fulham first halves have been a draw.
Yeah, that one is a little bit confusing. I wrote that one in there, that Tony mentioned. But
so majority of the time, it's a draw when at halftime.
I wouldn't be surprised if this is like a draw at halftime. Fulham probably can play a little bit attacking, but they might go into their shell a little bit, both these teams. They just want to hold on for a draw. Goodison Park in the past has been a hard place to play. So Fulham might go, we probably will take a draw, even if it's like a 1-1 or something like that. And Everton they've actually been okay, even though they've conceded goals. Like
they've been scoring goals.
Sean
Dyche
has settled them down a little bit.
Yeah, they've been scoring goals at home. Like you think of the Villa game.
Yeah.
Not the Villa game, sorry, the Bournemouth game.
Yep.
And then the game where Dwight McNeil scored a brace.
Yep.
So you know what? Don't mind that.
Don't mind that. Very nice. What's the last one we got here?
The last one is the big game, Arsenal-Liverpool. So get your checkbook out. He's laying Arsenal at $2.40 against Liverpool despite the home ground advantage.
That is a big call, but I don't mind.
Big call. We don't mind
the
it.
injuries.
We've already touched on it, like majority. A lot of injuries. If they lose at home, title.
Yeah, so Tony wrote this in the article that people can check out as well. I didn't write this down, but if Liverpool win, they got to 24 points, and Arsenal stay on 17.
Yeah,
so that's a big gap. So I think Arsenal with the injuries would take a draw, which you get in the lay, which is really handy because you get a draw or a Liverpool win. So I don't mind that.
Yeah, I love that. Liverpool have been fantastic so far this season. 4 away wins, 3 of those being clean sheets.
Yep.
And Arsenal conceding at home at least a goal in their past 3 matches at the Emirates.
Yeah, okay. Because like if you said to lay Arsenal just the whole season, I'd be like, unless it's against City, I'd be like, but injuries, Liverpool.
Yeah.
Arne Slot has just been awesome.
He has been good. And he's providing good reactions on the touchline.
Yes.
Refereeing decisions.
He is.
As
he's
was
very
everyone
animated
in that Liverpool-Chelsea game.
He's very animated. All right, that's Tony Hargreaves' Betfair expert tip, so check that out on the site. We're going to go through our own expert tip. We'll call ourselves experts. We're pretty good at this. What are you backing this week, Marcus?
We're going to back the team. We're going to back Chelsea. Chelsea to win against Newcastle at Stamford Bridge at $1.85.
Okay.
Just off the top of my head, Chelsea have been superb this season. 3rd highest scoring team.
Yep.
Newcastle actually struggling to find the back of the net. The last couple of weeks, they've had plenty of chances.
They're only going a goal a game, which is very unlike them. Last couple of seasons, they've had Ishak hitting the back of the net. Gordon, Wilson. A
lot of like high scoring games, I believe, but. Chelsea are pretty good at Stamford Bridge against Newcastle.
Yep.
Last season, we played against them twice at Stamford Bridge. Both Chelsea wins.
Yep.
One was a 3-2 win in the league, and the other one was a win on penalties in the cup. But I think Chelsea just look a completely different side from last season. And you could probably fair to say Newcastle as well, just not as
they've
impressive.
dropped off. The last 2 seasons ago, they were flying in Champions League and everything like that. And then they've dropped off. Miggy Almiron has dropped off. Where has he gone? He was my man that I used to back every single week for a goal.
Yeah.
And Miggy's just forgotten how to play football again.
You can't really back anyone at Newcastle for a goal.
No. 2 seasons ago, what do you have? 11 goals. Then he went back to 3, and now he's got 0 so far. Come on, Miggy.
Yeah, I know. He's been very poor.
But I'm very happy that if a Chelsea can get home win.
If it was at St. James's Park, it'd be a little bit different. But Chelsea at home for me.
Nice. I'm going to back Aston Villa. I already touched on it at $1.96. I think that's really good value for Aston Villa versus Bournemouth. You did mention Bournemouth have been solid, but Villa have won the past 2 home meetings and scored 3 goals in each of them against Bournemouth. They're just playing with confidence. I'm backing Villa to take that confidence from the Champions League into this game. They're 4th in the league. They're the top of the Champions League. You're talking about the likes of Real Madrid. Actually, they're ahead of Real Madrid. There's so many, Barcelona, like all of these big teams, and they're ahead of everyone.
Bayern Munich.
They haven't conceded a goal. They're just, confidence is so high. You got Duran scoring off the bench. Some of these teams some of the teams that don't have as much money, don't have the depth, but Aston Villa have depth, as you said.
Yeah, they do.
Said, they have more depth than Arsenal.
These are the types of game, and we're heading towards like November, December, when it's going to get jam-packed. We're going to see how big of an influence the Champions League actually has on these sorts of fixtures. Because obviously they went full strength against Bologna this morning.
2-0 win, So I know what you're saying, Aston Villa need to lock in a win here. And usually you'd back them, but because of that midweek fixture, we'll have to wait
I think you still do. I think there's still enough rest time. There's a good 5-6 day break.
Yeah, it's fine.
Before they play Bournemouth on or Saturday night, our time, 1 a.m. Sunday morning.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm going to go Villa there. I think the confidence is just brewing. They're just playing fun football. So many guys are scoring and like they're not relying on Watkins. They've got so many other options now. So yeah, don't mind them against Bournemouth. All right, let's get into it. We're going to do trivia with Olivia. I think she's ready to go. We can have a quick break before we get into it though if we need to.
If you like this show, make sure you check out all the other shows on the Sports Today network, from the AFL Today show to the Cricket Today podcast, the Football Today podcast, as well as NBA Australia and NFL Australia. With Sports Today, your sporting needs have never been easier to cover.
All right, we're back with a bit of trivia with Olivia, my favourite part of the show. Hit us with the question, Olivia. We're so good at this sometimes.
All right. Who has played for the most Premier League clubs and how many clubs did they play for?
Oh, I had heard of this, but I can't remember who it is.
All time?
Yeah, all time. Like they're on the top of the stats.
Premier League
I'm going to go with
James Milne. No, he's only played a couple.
Played
Who's
for like
the player? The old, really old one that's
I'm going to go
it's not James
for
Milne.
Nicholas Anelka.
Oh, that's a good call.
And I believe he's played for 6 Premier League clubs.
6. Who the hell has played it?
Stats guy?
There's a stat that I've seen. I don't think it was Nicholas Anelka. Who was it?
Because Anelka played for...
Peter Crouch is play. What did he play for? Like 3 or 4, probably.
Jermaine Defoe played for even our own Mark Schwarzer.
Mark Schwarzer, yeah. Oh yeah, true.
Fulham, Middlesbrough, Chelsea.
I feel like Crouch. Who did Crouchy play for?
Stoke,
Tottenham. Is that it? Nah, he's played a couple. I swear he played other places.
Liverpool.
I'll go with
he played Liverpool.
Actually, yeah, stuff it. I'll say Peter Crouch. I don't think that's right, but I'll say Peter
Wrong.
Crouch. And how many we have to say? How many clubs? I'll go 5.
Both wrong.
Oh.
It's Marcus Bent. He played for 8 clubs, including Crystal Palace, Blackburn, Ipswich, Leicester, Everton, Charlton, Wigan, and Wolves.
Jeez, well done, Olivia. Charlton.
Back in the day.
Yeah, that's a great little question there. Marcus
that was a
Bent.
good one.
There you go. Sums
I
you up.
guess no one gets points for that one.
No points. No points here. But that's a great question. We just learn. People learn on this show, thanks to Olivia. Not from us. We learn. Everyone just has a good time.
Yeah, I'm just trying to have a look at...
Marcus Bent. Is that his name?
I was looking at Nicholas Anelka as well. Was that?
Oh, I've seen this guy. Yes.
Arsenal, Liverpool,
He's got really
City,
deadly eyes.
Bolton.
Have you seen his eyes? I remember this guy.
Wait, how many clubs? 8?
Are you trying to see how many... Who are you looking at now? Nicholas Anelka.
4, 5... he did play for 6 to be
You're
fair.
trying to one up Olivia. She knows her stuff back there, mate. What are you doing?
She knows her stuff.
All right, we're finishing it off with the quickfire tips. EPL Matchweek 9 predictions. Quickfire tips. We've already gone through Arsenal versus Liverpool. We're both going Liverpool, so we won't touch on that one, but we'll touch on the rest. Leicester City versus Notts Forest. Who you going?
This is actually quite tough.
Very tough. At King Power.
Do I go a draw? No, I'm gonna go Nottingham Forest. I think Morgan Gibbs-White comes back as well.
Oh, that's a big in.
That's a big
Chris
in.
Wood scoring, Hudson-Odoi scoring. I'm going Notts as well.
Yep, like it.
Man City versus Southampton. If Southampton can get a result here, that would be the biggest upset almost in football history.
I'll tell you what I'm doing this week.
Here we go.
Triple captaining Haaland.
Oh, don't mind
At
that.
home against Southampton.
He hasn't scored the last couple, has he?
Yeah, which means he's due for a bag.
He's due. He's probably going to kick 4 to get his what is it, road to 87 or something.
Oh, yeah, right. I think he's slacked off a bit now.
He has.
He might not be getting towards that target.
Yeah, Man City is an obvious one there. Brentford versus Ipswich Town. I think I'm going Brentford. I think they've been pretty solid. Draw? Okay.
I fancy Ipswich and kind of semi-root for them.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Don't mind that. Brighton versus Wolves.
You know what?
What do I know?
No, I'll play it safe. I'll play it safe and go Brighton.
Don't go against Brighton here, surely. Yeah.
I don't hate
Wolves are on 1 point, Marcus.
I know, but I don't hate Wolves though. They haven't been playing bad.
Yeah, okay.
I feel
except against Chelsea.
I feel like except for probably Chelsea in the second half they were poor.
All right, but you're going Brighton.
Go on Brighton.
All right, fair enough. Aston Villa versus Bournemouth. I said Aston Villa, but I feel like you're leaning towards the other way a little bit.
No, I'm still going to back Aston Villa, but I do think Bournemouth
get on the score sheet.
Will definitely put up a fight. And bag a goal.
Nice. Everton versus Fulham. The Toffees. I'm going to go... Oh, actually, I didn't mind that bet, the draw bet.
Yeah, I didn't mind the draw bet
Tony
as well.
in the expert tips.
Yeah, I think I'll go with T-Dog.
T-Dog, nice.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace versus Tottenham. Palace... It's a London derby, actually.
It is a London derby.
Can they get on the board?
Palace is shocking in London derbies.
I know we said Spursy things. Yeah, they are really bad in London derbies.
I might just be talking absolute rubbish here.
Oh, that wasn't
But
you?
I think they haven't won it. They went on a stretch for like 14 games without winning a London derby.
No, that was last year. But that was everyone talked about that. Yes,
yeah, it was
you're
like,
correct.
Yeah, West Ham. That includes West Ham, Brentford, Chelsea.
Oh, what are they doing? Yeah, I think we're going to go to Tottenham.
Yeah.
It'd be a very Spursy thing to do to get Palace's first win is against Tottenham.
Yeah.
I feel like Ange knows what he's doing with them.
He knows what he's doing.
Chelsea versus Newcastle.
Chelsea.
Yeah, I'll go Chelsea. Why not? I feel like we're doing the same on almost all of them, yeah. West Ham, Man United. This is actually a big game for both teams. Man United have got a win on the board last week. West Ham have been so bad with like a decent team.
Purely because it's at London Stadium, I'm going to go a draw.
Ooh.
If it was at Old Trafford, I'd go Man United. I just think without Kudus, that's a big out.
Massive out.
Yeah,
he's been scoring.
Although they do have they can just move Bowen outright, Somerville left, and then Antonio
Well, that's
up
my
top.
point. Their team on paper, their attack's actually good, but they just don't know how to win.
Yeah, and maybe who knows? Maybe the Manchester United, a couple of good results will.
That's what I'm leaning towards. I don't always want
Confidence.
to back Man U, but I'm going to back Man U in this one because I just think West Ham have been so bad.
Yeah.
Worse than Man U. And then, we already touched on Arsenal versus Liverpool. That wraps up the weekend. That's going to be really good on Sunday night. You're not going to get any sleep again on Sunday night if you're watching any of these games.
Yeah,
What time's the Chelsea game? You're always up for that.
1 a.m. on a Monday morning.
Oh,
again.
beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful
So
work day.
we won't see you in the Monday morning meeting.
Oh,
Maybe.
head to bed about 3:30.
Oh, that's
3,
prime time.
3:30.
Nice.
That's all right.
All right, that's the final whistle for the Football Today podcast brought to you by Betfair. Check out lots of the fun videos we're doing across all the socials. We've got Matilda's stuff, Socceroos content, we've got EPL content.
EPL numbers.
Fresh which we're
content.
so good at. Maybe just have a go at us in the comments.
I did it on the work laptop outside the studio, and I got 13.
Oh, but you cracked under pressure.
I know,
The camera's
I know,
on.
the
They just
camera's got me.
Got ya. Anyway, that's it. Thanks to Gerald and social girl Olivia behind the camera. Thanks for the question for that. Trivia with Olivia. That's another episode of Football Today done. We're out. What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.